Do you like video games? Do you like movies? Do you like wrestling? Do you like more? I'm RGT85. You might have seen me pop up on a hate thread on Reddit or in a search engine on YouTube where it's RGT85 exposed, but I make video game content. And you know who else does? Video Game XD. So what are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button now. Subscribe to Video Game XD. Tell them RGT sent you, and that's the bottom line, baby.
PowerKast Progression. Radio with power.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the PowerKast Progression. Today we have our buddy speedgtx with us. Now,
AKA
do you want
Jeremiah.
to? Do you want to go as Jeremiah?
I could go as Jeremiah. I wanted to put my tag up there so people have my YouTube and my TikTok.
Okay, cool. Some people are weird about that, like, oh,
Yeah.
my
No,
name.
like
and all that.
I don't have anything on TikTok, but I want to get 1,000 followers so I can start going live on there.
Hey, TikTok's doing good right now. TikTok's huge.
Dude, man, people are doing this AI stuff on TikTok. It's weird. And they're getting all these gifts from it, like making tons of money, and everyone's doing it. I will never do it. It looks stupid, but it's crazy.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do,
Right. They're making money. I mean, they're doing it. I just can't. I ain't got it. I can't act like a Dumbo with big ears and flying across the circus. Can't do that, man.
Well, today we're going to be doing a SmackDown versus Raw episode. So it's all of our SmackDown memories, matches, moments of Raw and SmackDown.
Yes, definitely. But before that, I gotta talk about this, bro. Right before this, let's talk about this. What do you think about August 5th?
SummerSlam. I
What do you
can't wait.
think? We are going to watch it together. Undertaker is going to be there. And I'm hearing Bray Wyatt might show up. What do you think about that?
Well, if it's in Detroit, he's probably going to show up.
It's going to be awesome. But yeah,
Okay.
anyways, dude, I can't wait, man. I can't believe that we're going.
I haven't been to a WWE live in about 10 years.
13 years for me. I went in 2010 over the limit where that was actually the match that Edge retired from. He got injured in. And I also watched John Cena do the attitude adjustment to Batista off of No Camaro into the flooring of the on the stage, went through the stage floor. And also in that match, like they were climbing. It was in Joe Louis before Joe Louis got tore down. They were climbing up to the third level. They were climbing up the stair things and the thing to get up to the third level. Man, it was crazy. I was just watching part of that pay-per-view earlier.
Have you ever been to Ford Field?
No, this will be the first time. And I'm excited I'm excited to go because I've been wanting to go. But, I have breathing issues. So, I've been worried about that. And this is going to be my testament because I really want to go to a Lions game this year. I love the Lions. I watch every single game. And this is going to be my testament to see how it's going to be for me. Because if it's going to be nice for me, I'm going to a Lions game this year.
Well, it's going to be a lot of people. A lot of people, I'll tell you that.
Oh, yeah.
Are you going to buy it on DVD?
I don't know. I don't buy DVDs, man. I'm digital. I know, like you and my brother, like crazy into your collections and all that, man. I'm an entrepreneur. I collect stuff to sell.
Yeah. Yeah, but we're going to be on the DVD, like in the crowd. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
That's what I was thinking about earlier when I was rewatching Over the Limit. But anyways, I was like, man, I was actually in that crowd.
I'm kind of
So, yeah,
weird.
what do
Like,
you?
if I'm at a show, I kind of want to own it, you know?
Yeah, I get it. I mean, I'll forever want to watch it because I'll be like, I was there. And if it'll probably be the last time I go to a wrestling show, to be honest. And like, for my last wrestling show and for Undertaker to be there is going to be the best thing ever. And it's going to be one of his last shows.
Yeah, I'm going to be taking a shit ton of photos, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
I
I don't
might
know,
bring-
man. I'm going to. Huh?
I might bring a sign. You think I should bring a sign?
Yeah, I mean, I would, but I don't want to hold it.
I can bring a PowerKast sign. PowerKast.
Yeah.
So,
Hey, do me a favor. Write out a sign for me. AEW is better. Just kidding. No.
we'll probably be kicked out for that.
Right.
So, let's start with SmackDown. It started August 26, 1999. In Kansas City, Missouri was the first episode on UPN.
Yeah. Channel 50.
Now, what a match that stands out to me is Edge and Christian versus Jericho versus Benoit versus the Hardy Boys versus the Dudley Boys in a TLC match in 2001.
Dude, that's when they came out with the match for SmackDown 2. That's when the SmackDown 2 game for the PS1 was created because of that. Like that. Like the tables, ladders, and chair match, I always wanted to recreate that. Every match that those three tag teams ever had was just amazing.
I agree.
Incredible. Like, remember WrestleMania? I keep going into. All right, go ahead and talk about. I keep going into pay-per-views and stuff, but go ahead.
Well, this match was on the quality of WrestleMania 17. Remember that?
Which match are you talking about? Or yeah,
This is-
actually, I'm sorry.
So they had a TLC match at WrestleMania too, you know.
Yeah.
But this was on SmackDown, like on free television.
I don't think I remember seeing it. I might have, but the only one I can think of is WrestleMania 17.
Yeah, but they redid it on SmackDown as well.
I gotta go back and watch that.
It's crazy because
begin-
this was free on TV.
Yeah, well, in the beginning of SmackDown days, I've always been a Raw type guy. I mean, lately I've been watching SmackDown here and there, but when it started off, I was mainly Raw. Because I came from WCW, loving the WCW, and when I got introduced to WWF/C, that's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
When I got introduced to that, I was introduced to Mankind, and Mankind was on Raw.
Sacco.
And he was my all-time favorite wrestler. Always will be. Mankind is by far. I mean, did you see that documentary they came out with, The Undertaker and Mankind 25 years?
And you know, I
Yeah,
haven't watched that yet.
It is amazing. It is. They were tearing up in the stories they were telling about how that went down and everything. It was crazy. So yeah, Mankind was on Raw. And I would watch matches where him and The Rock, when they were teaming up as The Rocco and Sacco. Oh, man, they had this one match where, so they were trying to boss him around on Raw, and, who was it? It was like, it was when Triple H was in charge, right? You remember when Triple H started DX and he started dating Stephanie and everything?
Yeah.
So it's on Raw, and they put The Rock and Mankind against each other in a fight. Whoever loses gets fired match. And that match was incredible, man. It was like, but Mankind, he didn't want it at first. He didn't want to fight.
That was during Rock and Sock Connection.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was a great era.
But the TLC match, I mean, it was badass. You can rewatch it probably on the network.
Yeah,
Because
actually,
the network, they have every SmackDown episode that ever existed on there.
what episode is that? Do you know?
It's from 2001.
All right.
So
Guess
I
I'll
don't
run
know.
it.
I don't know if they edited out Chris Benoit though. They might edit his shit out.
No, I was watching some matches with Chris Benoit actually the other day from '99.
Okay, so they didn't
was-
edit him out or no bullshit like that.
Nope, he was in
Okay.
there,
Sweet.
which is pretty cool. Man, I can't think of any SmackDown, man, or Raw. I'm trying to
Well,
think.
I got a whole list, so.
All right, yeah, bring it up, and I can remember them. Like we can just bounce off each other.
So the next SmackDown moment, I got Lesnar suplexes Big Show through the ring in 2003.
Oh my God,
You remember
that was
that?
a great match. Yes.
Where they
Yes, I
destroyed
do.
the ring. The ring broke in half.
Yeah. It fell. The whole thing fell to the left. Man, that was crazy. Like I remember, I was watching with my buddy, and we were watching on in my mom's living room, and dude, we jumped up when that happened, man. Like when the ring just fell over, dude. Like we were ecstatic, bro. We jumped up. We're like, holy crap, you know. We were like,
They were like, dude,
just,
the
like,
whole
all
ring
excited.
broken. The ring is destroyed. Like, what happened?
Yeah.
Well,
Oh man, that match was good, man.
Big Show's fucking 500 pounds, and Lesnar's like 300.
Yeah.
That was a cool
Man,
moment.
You remember when Big Show and Weapons of Mass Destruction, Mark Henry, were going at each other for a while? Like they were partners first, and then they turned on each other and stuff.
Yeah, didn't he break the ring too later on?
Yeah, so they had a wrestling match, and I think if I remember right, I could be totally wrong. I'm not gonna say this is right, but I think it was like Mark Henry tried to do the Weapons of Mass Destruction off the top rope. Do that. It was either that. I know it was off the top rope. I'm almost positive that it was off the top rope, whatever it was, and the ring fell down too.
Yeah, I
That's
remember
crazy.
they recreated it.
Yeah.
That was during like
That's
the
a
PG era. They did that.
Yeah.
Next, I got Undertaker versus Orton, the feud in 2005. Do you remember that?
I didn't watch that feud, no. Because
No.
Randy Orton, when he first aired, I was so tired of his gimmick, the whole legend killer, because he made me mad when he beat Mick Foley. Like, that really made me mad. Like, after he beat Mick Foley, I was just like, I did not like this dude. I mean, I love him now. Me and Randy Orton are like best friends. He doesn't know it yet. But that guy is amazing. I can't wait for him to come back. He might retire now because of this injury, man. But man, he's definitely had a career, man.
Oh, when he kicked
way better career.
Mick Foley in the face.
Yeah. Do you remember when he had the legacy? Him, Cody Rhodes, and Ted DiBiase Jr., man. And they went up against Kofi Kingston and had this feud. Man, they were like Randy Orton had this I think it was on Raw. Randy Orton brought a sports car, a race car in there, and it was like painted and all this stuff. And Kofi Kingston, it could be the opposite way. Kofi Kingston it was definitely Kofi Kingston, the one that drew the paint. So Kofi Kingston went on top of the car. He started throwing paint everywhere. This was when Kofi Kingston started like becoming a main event guy. So him and Evan Bourne were together. And this is right after. This is right when Kofi Kingston started blowing up, and then they started pushing him more and more after that.
See, I remember him most for his Legend Killer days.
Randy Orton. I remember him more for nowadays, like 2009 to 2018.
Yeah. I know him mostly for the Evolution era.
Yeah. The only time I've seen him in Evolution or cared to was when they were feuding with the Shield, which was a great feud.
Like the Here Comes the Pain era.
Oh man, here comes the pain.
Oh
with,
yeah.
Lesnar on on the PlayStation 2 game.
The best
Oh, man.
wrestling game ever made.
Definitely. PlayStation 2 had the best wrestling games, and SmackDown 2 is one of my all-time favorite games.
Oh yeah.
I love all the freaking the N64 games as well.
I
That's
can
so
play those
great.
games all day, all night.
Definitely.
Do you remember Tori Wilson, Stacy Keibler bikini contest?
Oh yes, I can. Yes, definitely.
Who can forget that?
I can't remember like how good they were, but I definitely remember that.
I remember like Taz would come out and like introduce them, and then they would do some bikini contest and shake their ass.
Yeah,
Oh, it was great.
man.
You don't want to know what I was doing in my bedroom that night. Like, oh my God, Stacy and the legs. Oh my God.
Dude, oh my God, that's what I love about him, man. Those legs are, I love long legs. Long legs are definitely it.
Legs and that ass.
You remember that when Kurt Angle did the open challenge, and John Cena comes running out in his red shorts, gets up in the ring, and he goes, "I have ruthless aggression." I think
That
that's
was
when the ruthless aggression.
SmackDown.
SmackDown.
It was like
that's right.
2003 or 2002.
Yeah.
Ruthless
2003.
aggression.
Yeah.
Do you remember
Man.
Luther Rings, the Turkey Thanksgiving episode?
Yes.
Where Luther comes out and destroys the Thanksgiving table. That show is fucking hilarious.
Every year they did the gobbler, and they put that big egg out there on the table. The reason I loved Raw the most, you know what made Raw better than SmackDown all day long? Jim Ross and Jared King Lawler. Those
agree.
two made Raw what Raw was. Because no matter what, when Stone Cold was out there, it was all entertainment all day long. And
well, they were
on,
like
SmackDown.
It felt like they were like best friends, and they had color commentary.
Dude, it was crazy. Like they had such great comments. The chemistry between them was just astounding. There will never ever be a better commentation couple out there ever again.
Yeah, because King was like the asshole, and he would make fun of JR. Remember that?
Yeah. And
like
Stone
JR,
Cold always
you don't know what you're talking about. This guy's awesome. Shut up, JR. You don't know what you're talking about. You're an idiot.
And then Stone Cold always has Jim Ross's back and stuff. Oh man, that was funny. And the time that go ahead.
Jim Ross would be like, Triple H, what a most disgusting human being on the planet. He is sickening.
Oh man, that time he had to go out there to kiss Mr. McMahon's ass. And,
oh my God.
And then instead Stone Cold came out and made Mr. McMahon kiss Jim Ross's ass.
The Kiss My Ass Club.
Man. Yeah. That was amazing. That was hilarious, man. And then every time Stone Cold would come out and do stunners to anybody and everybody.
Do you remember The Rock shoving Vince's face in Rikishi's ass?
Oh my God, do I? I picture that right now. Oh, dude. Yeah.
That was on SmackDown.
I think he was supposed to fire Rikishi or something. I forgot what happened, but yeah, that was crazy. That was a crazy match.
He was making Trish Stratus kiss his ass, and then he made Rikishi come out.
Yeah.
What other? Okay, Chris Benoit matches? Those were always good on SmackDown. Paul London and Brian Kendrick. Do you remember them?
No, I do not.
They were like the longest reigning tag team in SmackDown history.
I quit watching for like if you ask anybody who grew up with wrestling, even people nowadays that say no, I don't watch wrestling, there's always the people that say I quit watching in 2003. I was one of those people. I quit watching in 2003 because we started seeing new people coming in, and our old guys were leaving, and like the new people were coming in, and we didn't know who they were. And once you start seeing people you don't know who they are, and nothing's working for them, you start getting bored and stale. So you leave, and that's what happened. I left, and then 2008, 2009 came around, and I had the itch to watch wrestling again. And then I started watching it again every single day, and I was watching TNA, and then got into it and all that. And then I stopped watching again in like 2014 for a couple years. But if you ever notice, us true wrestling fans, we will always take a break, but we always come back.
Yes, we do. Yes. It's kind of like video game. It's kind of like video games.
Yes.
Like, oh, I'm getting out of games, then you get back into it.
Do you remember Team Hell No?
With
You haven't watched it.
Kane and Bryan Danielson.
Yeah. So they had this. They had to do couples therapy. Oh man, that was hilarious. So like each episode, they would start out with going to couples therapy, and this guy would like try to teach them to behave, to work together because Daniel Bryan was going through his heel phase and everything. Man, they really got the pop. They really it brought Daniel Bryan into a. I think that's what helped push Daniel Bryan into a farther set. To be honest, to go him and Kane hooking up, because when it was just him, like everyone was starting to think he was a crybaby. But then Team Hell No formed, and like it just became amazing.
Yeah, because I didn't care about Bryan Danielson up until that point.
Yeah.
Because at first I thought he was kind of I thought he was kind of boring.
Right, he was part of Nexus, and he came out and he was like some scrawny little kid. That you ain't expecting this little kid to come out and like start fighting and stuff, and then all of a sudden this guy's like bouncing off the wall, his knees going everywhere. You're like, whoa, where did he come from?
Yeah, because he was always like he's always really plain looking, and like he was a good wrestler, but he was just boring.
Yeah, it's like somebody you go to a wrestling meet in high school. That's what he looked like when he first came out. like did this guy just come out of high school? Come right up into wrestling? WWE from high school? Wrestling pad?
Kind of like
got the tap and wrestling pad?
Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes used to look boring too, remember that?
Yeah, with the black hair, and then he started doing that face mask like Trish Stratus is doing right now. She came out on Raw the other night with her face mask on. Becky Lynch took it off her face and stuff and put it on her face. Oh my god. Trish Stratus. People still think she's hot. I don't. And I'd like to at least see her in her old attire at least once before she leaves again. Because since she's been back, I have not seen that black trench coat. And I really
she's looking like a gilf.
Yeah. I really want her to wear her white t-shirt again. And her black trench coat and a hat. I'd like to see her wear that again. Because that's a Trish Stratus that I loved.
I'll tell you one thing, her boobs look giant though, still.
Yes, but you can't really tell with this. Like, that's what I'm saying. Her new outfit sucks.
Did you see? did you see her at WrestleMania though?
Yeah, the booty.
WrestleMania looked like they were gonna pop. Looks like they're gonna pop out of her damn shirt.
Yeah.
Do you remember Team Angle and Team Angle with Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin?
No. See, when Shelton Benjamin came out, I wasn't watching either of them. But he came out with Lesnar and everybody. I wasn't paying attention to Shelton Benjamin. I'm not sure why. I actually didn't know he was in there until like recently. That he was actually came out when Lesnar came and all the other people came.
Team Angle was fucking great. They were like one of my top tag teams. They were good back then. What did you think about Taz and Michael Cole?
Oh, the commentary we put together. I used to hate Michael Cole. I got a little bit of respect for him, but not much. He's such a kiss ass. He's the biggest kiss ass in WWE history, next to Coachman.
See, I liked
man.
when it was just Taz and Cole. They were fun together.
Yeah.
But once
Remember
Taz was gone, it wasn't the same.
Yeah. You know, I liked when Booker T was out with JBL. That was a good commentary.
They were good. I liked them.
Yeah.
I like color commentary where they're throwing jokes and shit.
I'm watching. I told you I have a SmackDown on. Trish Stratus is on TV right now with good old Lita, and then good old referee Earl Hefner.
Team Bestie. They're actually friends in real life. They're best friends.
Oh, I know.
Okay, I know you remember this. The John Cena rap battles.
Oh my God! Of course I remember the rap battles. Come on.
Do you remember the one with the Big Show? Remember that one?
I don't remember word for word, but I remember it definitely. That was a great feud between him and the Big Show when he first started. That was an awesome feud, man. That was pretty good. And then Big Show came out and tried to rap battle back to him. Oh man, he just made a big fool of himself. Oh, that was hilarious.
Remember Big Show was wearing that tiny jersey? It looked so small.
Yeah.
He's like, yo.
Jersey. And then he had a headband on and stuff. Like, oh man, that was hilarious.
That was funny as fuck.
Yeah. Or Al Snow with his head. Remember that? The head and Al Snow coming out of the matches, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
See, as a kid, I did not understand that. I'm like, what does that mean, head? I didn't get it. But as I got older, I'm like, oh, okay, I kind of get it now.
Yeah.
Because I was like a little kid. I'm like, head? What is that? What the fuck does that even mean? I'm like, head? He wants head? What?
Do you remember when Oh, go ahead.
No, you can go.
Do you remember when Stephanie McMahon, before her and Triple H got together, she was dating Test, and they were about to get married.
They got married. Yep.
Yeah, well, they were about to get married, but Triple H kidnapped her and he took her to a drive-thru and got married to a drive-thru. I was in a hotel watching that when all that was going down. I was staying with this girl, and we were staying in a hotel, and there was Micro in the hotel, and they had a pool. Well, I was in the pool watching Raw when this was going down, when the whole marriage was going down and everything.
Dude, I thought that shit was real. I thought that was real when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I thought he actually drugged her.
Yeah, so I believed in wrestling all the way until I got probably 16, 17. I started realizing it was scripted. I mean, wrestling is real. I mean, 100% in the ring. You're taking hits all day long. But I thought I didn't know it was scripted till I was in my late teens. I didn't want to believe it. I think more of it than anything.
That was sad. That's sad when you find out it's all scripted. Like, what? My childhood is a lie.
I feel like we just ruined some kids. I feel like we just ruined some kids' dignity if they come and watch this.
Kids, if you're watching, wrestling is fake. No, it's not. Shut up.
Right. Oh man, me and my friend Mark used to you remember at my mom's house? They had the two vans in the backyard. A van and a Volkswagen. It was just in the backyard for the longest time. They were just parked back there. You remember those?
Yeah, and they would never get used. Nobody would ever use them.
Yeah. So we would always have fun doing wrestling moves and stuff. And Mark would do the craziest stuff, and he would get on top of the van and would throw the Volkswagen in neutral and would push it into the van, and it would fall off into the Volkswagen. And we destroyed this Volkswagen. I had no clue it was a Beetle. It was a convertible Beetle, but we were kids. We were teenagers. We did not care. All we knew was two abandoned cars. And then one time he went off of Mikey's roof into a garbage can.
Oh
From
my
the
god.
roof. He was crazy. I think you had to remember him. He had 2 fingers. We called him
Oh,
Tupac.
okay. I remember him, Tupac.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you guys share a birthday, February 9th.
Is he still around?
No, he lives down in Arkansas. He moved down there when we
Okay.
were in school. Yeah, I haven't seen him in years, but I still talk to him here and there. I got him on Facebook.
So he
Man,
was doing he was doing like Jackass shit. Jackass.
Yeah.
Like, the show.
Actually, before Jackass even came out, Jackass wasn't even created yet.
Man, they should have hired him.
Right. He had no fear. He would just do whatever, man. Like, he just wanted everyone to laugh. And then we would be in high school, and there was a bunch of us in high school who loved wrestling. And we'd always, like, we had this title belt, like a fake title belt, you know? And, like, we'll do, like, in between classes, in between hours, we'd run past each other in the hallway. We'll start doing wrestling moves in the middle of the hallway and stuff. And then whoever has the belt, we used, we called it the hardcore Clintondale belt because we were in Clintondale. And so, like, whoever had the belt, it was 24/7. Like, if you have the belt, we can pin you. And so, like, we did this. Like, every single day, there was a bunch of us running around trying to get whoever had the belt in between classes every year or throughout the year, man. It was fun. There was quite a few of us. Some of those people I've never seen or talked to since high school. It's crazy.
Let's go to Raw now.
Definitely. I'm there.
So Raw started January 11th, 1993 on USA Network. Now I didn't start watching Raw till 98, 99 though.
I started watching Raw, yeah, probably around. Well, I actually started watching in '97 when the Kane debuted. That's when my buddy showed me a VHS tape of what Raw was because I never watched it because I was always watching WCW. VHS. He showed me the VHS of the Kane debuting and everything, and I was like, just like my jaw dropped. And then he showed me Hell in a Cell. No, I actually watched Hell in a Cell live, but I got introduced to Mankind through my buddy, and I fell in love with Mankind. I was like, oh my god, this guy's incredible. And it made me start watching both WCW and Raw, and I was going back and forth for a while. But I remember going back and when they started releasing when YouTube came out, and people started posting old wrestling matches on YouTube. I would go back and start watching early 90 WWE matches, like back when Razor Ramon, when he had a match against the 1-2-3 Kid / Sean. Oh man, what is his last name? I know
that was the new generation era.
Yeah. So like the 1-2-3 Kid / X-Pac.
Yep.
Man, and he 1-2-3 Kid, when he beat him, I watched that match. It was crazy. It was fun. I couldn't believe it. It was a really good match.
When I got older, I'm like, wait a minute, 1-2-3 Kid was X-Pac. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah. And then he was the other guy, Sean Waltman, and the NWO. Like, I didn't even realize that was him. Like,
that shit was so confusing.
Yeah. Oh
it's like, wait a minute, this dude was in WWF and WCW. I was like so confused as a kid.
Yeah, and he's just some little guy, and you wouldn't even think he was anywhere. And he's like, he had like 6 different characters. He had 6-pack.
Well, once he grew like the beard, he didn't look the same.
Yeah.
You remember the Raw theme Across the Nation? Do you remember that?
I have to hear it. I'm not really good with themes.
Okay. It was from the Union Underground, 2002.
2002. If I heard it, I'll definitely know it. I never paid attention to music.
It's the song that's like, now get the guns, the drugs, and my generation. That
Yeah,
song
I
was
actually just
sweet.
heard that. Yeah, definitely sweet. I just heard that like earlier today.
I thought that was their best song.
Their best song to me was
Papa Roach.
no.
It was called
Now
"To Be
Dead Forever.
To Be Loved" by Papa Roach.
Yeah. It might be.
That was a pretty good one. Do you
What's your
remember?
favorite?
Uh,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, do you remember the NWO attacking The Rock in an ambulance truck?
No, I remember Kane. Remember when Kane and Xbox were partners? Well, they had a feud, and Kane threw X-Pac into the fire dumpster. I think that was on a SmackDown. He threw X-Pac into the dumpster that was on fire. For some reason, I actually believe they really did that.
Do you remember Chris Jericho debuting?
Oh yeah, he had the WCW title. He
With
came
The
out
Rock?
YTG. They did the countdown and stuff, man. I'm
That
like,
was
who's this? And
that was the best shit ever, dude.
oh yeah,
Where
there's the
he came
countdown.
out.
We're all like, what's going on? Yeah, we were like, oh, dude, I was amazed because it took forever to. He came over after like quite a few people. We weren't expecting him to come over from WCW. I wasn't, at least. I wasn't expecting him to be a big person. I was not expecting Chris Jericho to be as good as he was and to go as far as he has gone. Do you remember when him and Big Show got together and partnered up?
You just made the list.
Yeah.
Jericho was a good tag. They were a good tag. I liked them.
Yeah. Oh man, they were hilarious. Chris Jericho he's really good on the mic.
He's always been 10 out of 10 on the mic.
Yeah.
You remember, Goldberg 2003? When he came to WWE and speared The Rock.
I don't remember that. It might be in my memory bank somewhere, but I'm not remembering it right now. I mean, let's go new era. Let's go to today. Let's go to what's going on today in SmackDown and Raw. Let's go to the Bloodline. Let's go straight to SmackDown and the Bloodline. I think the Bloodline is one of the best storylines that WWE has ever produced. And the fact that they've done it in 3 years, this amazing story, has been crazy. And I can't wait to watch Jay take those titles from him. Coming up August 5th in Detroit, Michigan, at the Ford Field. Yeah. Dude, let me tell you something, man. So I like wrestling. I love watching a lot of podcasts here and there and stuff. And I was coming across this podcast the other day, and man, these fools were talking junk. And I heard them talking about how they put down all these people for putting down CM Punk, man. And like, we just did a whole complete podcast about CM Punk Tucker crap. And I don't remember them coming after us and putting us down about it. But that just makes no sense. But anyways.
Dude, CM Punk is such a crybaby, bro. Like, oh my God.
And these people were like such AEW marks, like, oh, AEW is so cool that WWE doesn't exist anymore. No, buddies.
Dude, there's
exist.
there's guys in the business who hate him. Even Seth Rollins hates him.
Dude, all of AEW hates him. Nobody in AEW respects CM Punk. No matter what anyone thinks, nobody there respects him because of what he did when he was there the first time. Everywhere he goes, he cries until he gets his way.
Dude, he was cool back in the 2011?
Yeah, when he was coming out. You know, he debuted back in 2000. Well, he came out in the WrestleMania match where John Cena came out with the cars, like the 1920 cars. CM
Yeah.
Punk was actually in one of the cars as one of the gunmen. There's like a mafia cars.
I don't know. I just always thought CM Punk was a little scrawny. He's scrawny and annoying.
Very annoying. Yes.
What about the Kurt Angle milk truck?
Oh my God! When he came and got Stone Cold, and I think Shane McMahon. All right, so you know what match I can't wait for? It's Asuka, Charlotte Flair, and Bianca Belair. Now, what Asuka has the belt. What I think is going to happen is Bianca Belair is going to retain. She's going to get her belt back in that match. It's going to be a triple threat match. Charlotte Flair is going to be over Asuka. Asuka is one of my favorite female wrestlers right now.
Yeah.
I think Bianca Belair is going to get that back. And then I think that Charlotte Flair is going to attack her. And I think the girl who won Money in the Bank, I can never remember her name, is going to come out and cash in. That's what my thought process is going to be.
I like Asuka because she's like that crazy Asian Japanese crazy girl.
Yeah.
She's cool.
Exactly, man. She has a great booty.
Is she Japanese or what is she?
Japanese, yeah. And then Io Sky, that's her name. Her and Asuka used to actually tag together. I don't know if you remember that.
No.
When Paige came back.
I kind of like
came back as a manager.
When it comes to the new era, I kind of like hopped around.
Yeah. Look at that. Man, how about, did you see, all right, so, did you watch the ads back in the day when, he took some pictures and he was showing, Kurt Angle backstage. And on the other side of the cards, they were reading things like, you're dumb, you're stupid, and stuff like that.
Yeah, that was awesome.
He redid it. He redid it again last year, I think. He did the same thing.
He did that on that was on Raw, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was on Raw. That was funny.
I think originally he did it on SmackDown, and then like he recreated that.
Man, you know who had a great feud in SmackDown? Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio.
Yes, him and Batista too.
Yes.
The Los Guerreros, him and Chavo.
Oh,
Eddie
man.
had some of the best moments.
We cheat, we steal.
Yeah.
We cheat, we steal. Oh, man.
That was fucking.
That was crazy.
I love Eddie's awesome. I miss Eddie.
Oh man, I was so sad today that I remember it. Like
he was such a nice, happy guy, you know.
Hey, I got a question. There was a storyline. It happened in 2007. I was watching wrestling briefly, and Vince McMahon had this great storyline come out where he was dead, and then they blew up his limo, and then some tragic news came out, and then that limo all disappeared. I wonder what that storyline was getting to.
That was fucked up because everybody thought Vince died in the story, and then that was the same time Chris Benoit died. It was weird.
Yeah, so they had to like cancel that whole story. I want to know where that story was actually gonna go. I've always wondered how that story where it was going. Like I was so disappointed in that story ending. Because I thought it was about to be a great story.
We'll never know. It's one of those like fucked up storylines that kind of got ditched.
You know, as much as like I want Vince to leave and Triple H to take over fully, because Triple H has been doing great. Vince has had some of the best creative mind in history. Dude, he is the reason wrestling's still alive today.
Did you see him push down the kid in the wheelchair? That one? Dude, that's in my top Vince moment. That shit was fucking crazy.
You remember Booker T and Stone Cold in the grocery store fighting?
Oh, I love that. Love that.
And then Stone Cold and Vince McMahon in the hospital. He gets hit
Oh
in the
my
head
God.
with the pea pan.
I had that recorded on VHS. I
So
probably
what
watched
did you
that.
think of JBL?
Oh, JBL
Sorry for interrupting you. Yeah.
during the
What did you
SmackDown
think
era,
about JBL? Yeah.
like his whole feud with
After
Cena and all
APA.
that.
Yeah. What did you think about him?
As a kid, I fucking hated him. I
I still hate him.
But as I got older, I'm like, dude, he was like one of the best heels ever.
Yeah, he definitely was a good heel. Dude, so I was watching it was a reunion. I think it was Raw 20 or Raw 30th reunion. I forgot which one it was or whatever the reunion was where it was like NWO, DX, the Click. So the APA came out. It might have been like a different thing, but the APA came out during that time too. And JBL did his clothesline from hell. That guy does the best clothesline
God, dude.
than anybody. That's one thing I can give JBL.
Dude, he
He's
looks
one
like
of the
he
best
rips your
clothesline.
fucking head off with it. Like,
Head off. He does. The way he does it so hard, and you just flip. Like there's no way that flip is faking. He doesn't even have to. Nobody has to fake that flip. It's just happening. He comes at you hard, man. Like that. He is great at that.
I'd probably be in bed for a week after that. I wouldn't want to get out of bed, man. Like my neck hurts. You remember?
Man, the Dudley Boys.
Oh hell yeah,
I just like that.
Devon, get the tables.
Oh man. How about this Crash Holly and Hardcore Holly? When Crash Holly got the Hardcore title, and everyone was chasing him for a while. That was so hilarious.
You know, I never really got into the hardcore Hollies and stuff.
For real, I was all into it, man. I died laughing all the time.
I mean, I
It was
don't,
around
I
the time
don't
that Spike was in there.
like, I don't hate them. I just never got like big into the Hollies.
Yeah.
I mean, I liked Molly Holly. Molly Holly was cute.
Oh, we all liked Molly Holly. Not anymore. I've seen her recently. She's not cute anymore. Not to me.
About Brock Lesnar, F5 and Cena, 2012.
Yes, when Brock Lesnar came back and John Cena, and then they went to the pay-per-view right after that, and Brock Lesnar just destroyed John Cena in that pay-per-view. He destroyed him. Like I couldn't believe that. Like how bad he destroyed him.
I didn't even think Lesnar was going to come back. Oh, when he came back, I'm like, really? I thought he was in UFC.
Right. I don't think like. I think UFC sucks. I'm not a big fan of it.
I don't hate UFC. I just don't like the fan base because they hate wrestling.
Yeah. Well, that's why I don't like UFC is because they hate wrestling. It's
Well,
wrestling.
you ever get those UFC fans that go, "Oh, I watched the real shit."
Yeah, but like, look how much more stamina that you need in wrestling than you do in your UFC. Look how many more movesets are being done. Bouncing off ropes, flipping over a turnbuckle, coming off the top ropes, jumping over, putting people through tables, hitting people over the head with a chair. Triple H and a sledgehammer. Big Show's big fists for the SmackDown Raw entrance or a SmackDown entrance. Like you can't get that in UFC.
I don't even know why they're comparing. Why do people compare them? They're two different sports.
I don't get it. And it makes and then CM Punk when he tried to leave to go to UFC. Oh my God, he made a fool of himself.
Yeah, the dude got destroyed. What about Batista powerbombing Triple H through a table, 2005?
Yes.
You remember that?
Man, that feud was crazy.
I
That was
feel
when,
sweet.
that was when Evolution broke up.
Man, Batista beat him like 3 times.
Remember Vicky Guerrero?
Excuse me!
With Dolph Ziggler?
Excuse me! That girl was so fucking annoying, bro. Her and Edge. Remember her and Edge?
Yeah,
What
the
the
rated
fuck
R
was-
and stuff.
What the fuck was that?
Right.
What?
Man.
Dude, Edge goes from Lita to Vicky. What the
Right.
fuck? Oh
That
my
made no sense
god.
to me.
Okay, I know you remember this. Lita and Edge sex on Raw.
I didn't get to see that.
Did you watch
watch that?
Did you go watch a repeat of that?
No, this is the first time I'm hearing of it. And I don't know how or why. I am 39 years old. And I am mad that this is the first time hearing about it.
They had
But-
live sex on Raw.
But the best thing about it is it's going to be my first time watching it. A lot of people can't see that.
It's probably not on the
Actually,
network.
I'll find it. Leave it to me.
You gotta,
I'll find
you gotta
it.
watch that on YouTube somewhere.
I'll find it.
So there was a bed in the ring, and they actually had supposable sex. You know, it's probably all fake, but you could see Lita's nipple.
Oh,
There's a nip slip.
there was an episode of Raw, and the Bella twins were on it, and I actually took the picture to one of my old phones because when DVR was popular and everything, we had DVR. Bella, her boob was out. Brie Bella, her boob was out, and I hit pause and I took a picture of that. I was like, I got Brie Bella's boobie on my phone.
I was like, I got evidence.
I'm sure a lot of other people have done it too.
I mean, they are pretty hot. The Bellas are hot.
Crazy. Did you know they were John Laurinaitis' stepdaughters?
No.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's how they got into wrestling.
John
That's
Laryngitis. Laryngitis.
Remember when they made him the commissioner on Raw?
I hated that. I fucking hated that.
So and then his big thing, like he was trying to be a nice guy, and then he was in the wheelchair, and John Cena pushed him down the ramp. Oh man.
See, to me, the best GM was Eric Bischoff. He was the best GM.
I never liked Eric Bischoff. I always had a grudge against Eric Bischoff.
Not even him as
killed
GM.
WCW. Nope. He killed
Damn.
WCW, and I've had the biggest grudge against him since. And when he was in GM, it made me mad for the fact that he killed WCW.
As a story though, I thought it was awesome because he would like spin the wheels and shit. Like what was it, Raw Roulette? You remember Raw Roulette?
Oh yeah.
He would spin the wheel like
Raw Roulette. I forgot all about that.
he's like, Trish, you're gonna be in a bra and panties tonight, baby. Like that shit was awesome.
Yeah.
You're gonna be you're doing a Hell in a Cell, shit like that.
Man, that was sort of crazy. Yeah, that was crazy. I remember that. I can't believe I forgot all about that.
You remember Kane being unmasked in 03? He took the mask off.
Yeah.
Oh, this is 03. He was feuding like RVD and shit.
I didn't really care for RVD. I mean, I liked him that he was from Detroit, but a lot of people were obsessed with him, and I wasn't too obsessed. I didn't really care for him. Like his frog splash was just a copy of Eddie Guerrero to me. Like that's what I always like Eddie Guerrero to me was first.
Yeah, I was obsessed with RVD. I was obsessed with RVD.
I know I'm about to get a lot of haters in the comments about that too.
Probably.
Trust me, I know. Because I know how many people loved RVD, and I just didn't get it. He was not my style of a wrestler.
Well, he was the ECW guy. Were you in the ECW?
I never got to watch it because I never had I never had cable when I was a kid. Well, I think I had cable, but I could. It was on late at night. I never got to watch it, so I never watched ECW. I tried to watch matches here and there, but I never really got chances. So like ECW to me was like different. Like when they switched over to Raw and stuff, I was confused.
Well, that's what's cool about the PowerKast. We're not going to sit here and shame you for not liking somebody.
Oh, okay.
You know, some of
My
these
wife
these other people out there. Oh, you like this? Screw you. It's like we're not like that. Stupid.
Oh my god! You know what? Another match that's gonna be great. Shayna Baszler versus Ronda Rousey. That's gonna be her last match. Did you know that?
Oh, Ronda.
Ronda's trying to leave the WWE again, and she said that she wants to face Shayna Baszler before she leaves.
Be honest. Do you think Ronda's hot?
Yes, I always have.
I think she's hot, and a lot of people think she's ugly.
I think Becky Lynch is really hot, and a lot of people think she's ugly. But I've always digged redheads. I have no clue why I like redheads so much, but I have a thing for redheads. So if you're a redhead chick out there, and you're looking for a redhead dude, hit me up in the comments.
Yeah, hit me up.
I might not. speedgtx. There you go. Hit me up TikTok.
Like Lita comments in the section. Hey, big boy.
Hey, girl. What I do? How you doing? What you doing? Hi.
Like, dude, we got a cameo from Lita.
I'm like, dude, that's 20 years too late. You're ugly now. You've been with CM Punk. You're worthless. No. I'm just kidding. I'm still marry her to every day. Oh, shoot.
Do you have any more like new Raw moments? Because I'm pretty much over my old school ones.
Yeah, I'm over my old school ones, except for the Bret Hart and all that. No, yeah, recently. All right, Shield. How about when Shield debuted? They had CM Punk had the belt when this happened. It was CM Punk was in a cage match. I think it was against Brock Lesnar. Yeah. No, wasn't Brock Lesnar? It was a big guy.
Oh, when the Shield came,
No,
that's when I was getting back into it. When Shield came,
it was Ryback. It was Ryback's first title match against CM Punk, and I was so happy because they were pushing Ryback, and I was so happy that he was about to get this title match. And then Shield debuted, and they came in and they beat him up in a steel cage match and stuff, and then they ruined it. That's the debut, and like that I remember of them.
dude, Shield was sweet. They would come out and beat your ass.
At first, I hated them like you're supposed to hate a heel, but I definitely grew to love them.
But did you look at them as like the NWO?
No, I looked at them as their own faction. Honestly, They didn't remind me of any faction but their own, because they all had the same suits on. They just reminded me of, if anything, prison guards. But they to me was their own thing. They didn't remind me of anything but them.
I remember at the time that people thought they were going to be like the new NWO or something. People were comparing them.
Oh. Yeah, I always said that they were their own faction. Just don't compare them. They were their own. Look where Roman Reigns is. Look where all three of them are. They're all three on top. Still to today. Seth Rollins has a belt. Reigns has a belt. John Moxley's bleeding every day. I mean,
with the bloodline, I see a Wolfpack influence out the red and black.
Yeah.
Kind of like a Wolfpack reference. That's what it reminds me of.
And then that's when Daniel Bryan, him, CM Punk, and Ryback went up against the Shield for the first time and stuff. They were pushing the Shield over, man. And then when Seth Rollins turned on Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns, he had the Shield have his back.
Now,
So,
Who did you think was the weak link of the Shield?
So there was a thing that somebody was going to turn, and I always thought the weak link was Seth Rollins. I thought he was the weak link out of all three. I thought the push person was going to be Dean Ambrose. I thought he was going to be the one push, and I thought Roman Reigns is just going to be another muscle guy. They're just going to push around and push him, and then just let him go like they did Braun Lesnar or Braun Strowman and Ryback and every other big guy they put out there. They'll push him as a beast. When Ryback came out, they were pushing him every week, beating 2 guys, beating 3 guys. You know, they pushed him as a complete beast, like he was Goldberg. And then they just dropped the ball on him and just let him. Like, how do you do that?
That's what I thought. I always thought Dean Ambrose was the best. That's what I thought.
So did I. When he left to go to AEW, I was sad. And he made me want to watch AEW. The only reason I don't watch AEW is because I don't have TNT. I don't have cable right now. All I have is internet. And I watch Raw and SmackDown on Hulu.
What do you think of Seth Rollins right now? Do you think he's like weird?
I think his persona is weird, or the way he's dressing is weird. But I'm liking his I like how he's starting to get over and stuff, and he's turning back into a good guy. I know you're like heel. I've always been face. You're more like heel, and that's how we've always been. I remember you're always like the heel guys. I'm always the face guys. So like whenever they're turning face, I'm happy. I'm all for it. So right now Seth Rollins is face. I'm all for it. I'm on the side. I was so happy. I used to completely hate Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Now I love watching them.
I'm at the point now where I want to see a good match. Like I just want to see the match be good, you know.
Yeah, we've had the last couple pay-per-views was really great. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean,
fantastic.
Like I could boo or cheer you, but at the end of the day, I want to see a good match, you know.
Yeah.
Because if your match sucks, you just wasted my fucking time.
Of course. What do you think is going to be the best match of SummerSlam?
Honestly, I'm thinking Cody and Lesnar.
I think that I'm sick of seeing them. I'm sick of WWE pushing 3-4 matches of the same thing every time they get a feud like that. So I'm kind of over the whole Brock Lesnar, Cody Rhodes. I kind of want to see the Seth Rollins.
Who do you think's going to win that, though? Do you think Lesnar's going to destroy him?
I think that Lesnar has already destroyed him enough. I think that Cody Rhodes is finally going to get the win he needs. See, this is what I think they're doing with Cody Rhodes right now. I think that they brought him back. You know, they made him a top guy, of course, and they put him in the picture to get the title, but he lost. So I think that he has to show and prove to himself that he is able to get back into that picture of the title. And he has to beat Brock Lesnar to prove himself. And I think that's where the story is going on right now. So I think right after he's done with Brock Lesnar, he's going to end up in another title match. And it's probably going to be against whoever has the Seth Rollins holding.
Some people think he's getting buried. Do you see him getting buried, Cody? Or
I don't. I see him being pushed and used. I get that, like, he's taking beatings, but beatings tell a story.
Okay. And now, do you think John Cena is going to show up at SummerSlam?
So I'm hearing with the writer's strike that him and The Rock, because I heard rumors of The Rock showing up too, and I heard with the writer's strike that they're not allowed to show up.
Oh shit!
Because of the writer's strike that's going on.
Oh.
Like it's in their contracts or something that they're not allowed to show up to nothing.
Dude, even if I just see Undertaker, I'll be happy with that. Like.
Exactly.
Like
if Bray Wyatt finally comes back. Like, I'm going to be happy about that because I want to see where he's taking this new, the faction that he has. What do you think of LA Knight getting over on SmackDown?
You know, I don't know because I haven't seen enough of his stuff yet, but I heard he's really over with the crowd.
He's doing great on mic. And do you all right, so right now they have Judgment Day. Do you watch Judgment Day? Do you
Judgment Day
watch
is
anything
dope.
like
I like Judgment Day.
I don't like Judgment Day, the Hills. I can't stand them, but Rhea Ripley is so hot.
Let's be honest. Most people like Judgment Day for Rhea. Can we all agree here? That's
yes,
why.
because all the rest are junk.
Right.
But yeah, I like the way they're going. I like their like MC, but I cannot stand Dom. Dom annoys me. He's not a good heel. He's not a good face. He just annoys me.
Well, Bratty Dr. Phil kids.
Yeah.
But Rhea is a 10. Rhea is a 10. Rhea is 10.
What do you think of them coming back with the LWO?
That's sweet. I like LWO.
I think that's pretty cool.
Because it's a
it.
WCW thing, you know? WCW, LWO.
Yeah. I would actually like. They only did it because they were going in Puerto Rico, which I mean is cool. But I kind of would have rather seen a new NWO before I seen a new LWO first.
Well, LWO didn't really last that long, so.
Yeah.
Because back in the day, it was LWO only lasted a year or something.
Yeah, Eddie Guerrero created it. It was in WCW for a while, and then when it went over to WWE, when NWO came out, they were doing like LWO and a bunch of other stuff, and then I think they just started doing it for everything, and then it got played out. It killed it.
A lot of people hate NWO. They're like, that shit got annoying. That shit got old.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, but when it first started, it was sweet though.
Black and White versus the Wolfpack.
Yeah, that shit was sweet.
Wolfpack had some of the best theme songs. If you want a good theme song, the Wolfpack.
Yeah.
I never liked the Wolfpack. I was, of course, Black and White. Paul Hogan came out. He was in it, and then he ended up getting into the car.
I hated when they put Hogan in Wolfpack. That was stupid.
You know, yeah. How about this? You remember David Flair when he joined the Wolfpack?
I love David Flair.
Yeah. He was so entertaining because he was just some regular guy who just is living off the name of his uncle or his dad. I mean,
I remember he had
the name off of his dad.
He had Tori Wilson. Remember that?
I keep hitting his light on accident. I don't remember he had Tori Wilson.
Yeah, he was rocking with Tori Wilson. Lucky bastard. Yeah, LWO's cool though. I like how they're recreating it because LWO didn't last that long back in the day.
They're actually pushing one guy, Escobar. I forgot his first name. I think they're gonna put him into the match with Austin Theory for SummerSlam for the U.S. title.
I thought Carlito came back. What's going on with Carlito?
Carlito, he only came back for the Puerto Rico show. He only came back for that one pay-per-view. People are trying to get him, like they want him to get signed and stuff. You know, I heard rumors from a long time ago. They're saying this is the end of the bloodline at SummerSlam, but I heard that there's a couple more cousins that could be brought up.
The Rock's daughter.
And The Rock's daughter. And there's a couple of Fatu's kids.
You notice Rock's daughter's repping the red and black. You notice that?
Yeah. She's well, no, I haven't been watching her, but do you watch NXT?
Not really.
I don't watch it at all. I actually watched the match with Dom because I've seen it on TikTok, and it looks like they're just doing it inside of a yellow warehouse.
Yeah, it looks like it looks like a house show.
Yeah, and it's like, wow.
NXT,
it looks like you're inside of a high school gym.
NXT,
That's what it looked like to me.
NXT used to be good, and then AEW killed it, and then they brought it back.
Yeah. Well, AEW was actually getting... So AEW and NXT were pulling all the numbers when AEW first started.
Yeah.
And, it was going back and forth. and then AEW took over and won.
And a lot of people are like, AEW is not competition. I'm like, yeah, they are. They fucking killed NXT. What are you talking about?
Right? They're definitely competition. I see them as being like WCW. I love the Lucha Brothers or the Lucha Boys. I'm not sure their full name. They were awesome. I've watched quite a few matches with them, and I remember the first match I watched with them versus the Bucks, the Young Bucks. It was the Young Bucks versus the Luchas, and it was their first pay per view I watched in AEW.
Young Bucks are sweet. I like them.
The way they were bouncing off these ladders and stacking these ladders in this first pay per view of AEW that I watched. It was the second pay per view, but it was like the first one I watched. And it was the Young Bucks versus Lucha, and the way they were stacking the ladders and the moves they were doing was nothing you would ever see in WWE ever happen.
No.
Because Vince McMahon likes to follow the rules. And it's crazy.
Dude, they won't even do pile drivers in WWE.
They won't do nothing. They actually tried to stop the curb stomp. I'm surprised they brought it back. You literally cannot do any grid moves in WWE.
I don't even
really
think
makes it kind of dull.
I don't even think you can do the 450 splash anymore.
Yeah. Like everything that we loved growing up in Attitude Era. And that's the reason that we fell off wrestling after 03 is because that shit was leaving.
Yeah, it's like they're changing up everything I liked about the show.
Yeah, we want to see the blood and guts. Like,
What the
man,
fuck?
I would actually like be happy to watch AEW. I wish it would come on. I wish they would come on like Hulu or something. Because all I have is streaming. I quit. Got rid of cable.
I think soon they're going to do that because I heard TBS and TNT are bitching at them.
Yeah.
I heard they're not
About the
happy
blood
with
stuff.
Yeah, they're bitching about the language and the blood and stuff, I heard.
Oh, I hope not.
That's what I heard. They bitched at Chris Jericho for smoking a cigar on one of the shows, I think.
Wow. That is so lame.
That's cable for you.
That's woke for you.
Fucking snowflake shit. You can't do this. You can't do that. It's like, this is pro wrestling.
Right.
It's meant to be. It's meant to be crazy and entertaining.
Fun. Blood and guts. That's what we grew up with, man.
Sledgehammer.
Yeah.
He come up like this with it, like.
Dude, I always thought that he had the best entrance. The way he came out and went up to the ring and spit the water in the air. I always thought that was great. Like, it was very intimidating to me. Like,
him and Undertaker had the best entrances.
That's what so this is what I'm ecstatic about. If Undertaker comes to SummerSlam, when the lights go out, I am going to feel my heart just drop. Because it will be the first time ever seeing him live. And it's going to be the most exciting moment in that whole night.
Everybody's going to pull
Undertaker comes out.
Everybody's going to pull out their lighters and their phones.
Not me. I'm just going to sit there in amaze and be like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen Undertaker in probably 20 years. Live.
I've only gone to one show, like I said earlier in the night. And this is going to be my second show. 13
Even Tom,
years later.
Even Tom, like, I haven't been to a show with him since I was like 12.
Yeah. How many shows did you guys go to? 2?
No, I only went with like 2. Yeah, 2 with him. That was it.
Yeah.
It was one was WWF in '98. It was like a house show, and the other was Raw.
Yeah, he said that the house show is where he was talking about how it was Stone Cold versus Undertaker. We were just talking about this earlier. He was talking about how Stone Cold versus Undertaker, and I guess Undertaker won the belt from Stone Cold. And the next day you guys watched it on Raw, and it was like it never happened.
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck? Didn't he just win the belt? What the hell's going on?
Yeah.
We were like so fucking confused. We're like,
that's
what?
why I like never watched I never cared about house shows because like it was like they're not taping, they don't care. No one's gonna put on a real good show on that. It's all for just house shows. I never understood that.
Well, the storyline doesn't like connect with the TV cable broadcast. It's stupid. It's like what?
Yeah.
It's kind of just a moneymaker show, and like, oh, let's get a bunch of Joe Schmoes here, watch a show, and then it doesn't follow any of the story.
Yeah. It's the best thing about the story is the best thing about wrestling. It's a men's soap opera.
Because without the story, it's basically high school wrestling
/ UFC.
Yeah. Kind of boring there.
That's what makes wrestling the best is the storylines. Like I deeply get into storylines. I love them.
Yeah, because it's like a reality show. You want to see what happens next week,
Yeah. So I'm gonna bring TNA into this. They had a great faction and one of the best factions, one of the best storylines next to the Bloodline, and that is the Aces and Eights. Did you watch that?
Yeah, that was sweet.
That was incredible.
I used to have the hat.
Oh my god, dude! When Bubba Ray ended up being the leader in the end, my jaw just like I couldn't like decipher that he just got over on everybody. Like when he ended up being the leader, and he was going against
Mr. Anderson, a part of it.
Yeah, Ken Anderson, Devon Dudley, both of the guys that follow around AJ Styles, Doc and CJ or whatever their names are. I forgot their names.
Yeah, like them and the Main Event Mafia. They were dope.
Yeah. I wasn't watching it during the Main Event Mafia, which I wish I did, because I heard it was like Booker T,
Sting, Scott Steiner,
Kurt Angle. Yeah, I would.
Scott Steiner was making fun of video games.
Didn't Samoa Joe go into it? I know when they redid it.
I know
they
Booker
remade
T.
it.
Booker T was, but I don't know about him.
Yeah.
TNA had some good shit. I mean, TNA wasn't perfect, but they had a lot of cool stuff.
I didn't start watching TNA like until 2009. That's actually when I started getting into wrestling again. From 2003 to 2009, I started watching again, and I wanted to check out TNA. I remember turning on TNA, and it was exactly the same reaction I had when I turned on AEW for the first time. I was like, am I watching WCW 2.0?
Basically.
That's all I wanted. Like, that's all I wanted. WCW was my main, like, that was mine. I loved WCW. And, like, the way, like, jumping off the ropes, all the acrobatic stuff and all that stuff is what I love about wrestling. All them extra moves. That's what makes wrestling wrestling. That's what makes it great. And WWE just waters it down with stories.
You got all these different styles: the Japanese guys, the American guys, the acrobatics, the cruiserweights, the heavyweights.
Yeah.
And WWE is so like fucking narrow. Like,
there's I didn't even know this group. All right, so they have a faction in AEW right now that I just realized. I guess it's been together for over a year now, and it has Dean Ambrose, it's Jon Moxley, Cesaro, Bryan Danielson, and some other dude from some other. I don't know where he's from. The only time I get to see AEW is when I'm flipping through TikTok. By the way, everybody, I would like to get 1,000 followers on my TikTok because I'd like to go live on there. So if you could please help me out, go on TikTok and look up speedgtx, and please follow me. I'll even start adding content on there.
Check out speedgtx on TikTok. He's trying to get a following. Check him out.
Thank you.
We'll put in the description.
And also, one more thing. I am going to try to put together my own podcast soon. And I'm going to be doing a lot more with Charlie still. And I've known Charlie since we were kids. He was my brother's best friend growing up. And this has definitely been great. I'm enjoying this. I want to do more. Like, if we could do a podcast every day, I'll do it.
I mean, it's not going to be every day, but when I get the time, all day, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, because did you ever know about like StreamYard or podcasting?
I didn't even know how to get to the podcasts. Like, I've never watched anyone's podcast except for what I see online or on TikTok or whatever. I don't even know how to look up podcasts. I've never. Like, I don't know how to look up. They have podcasts where it's like,
Well, they used to have Google Hangouts. Remember Google Hangouts?
Never
Oh.
heard of it.
Well, they got rid of Google Hangouts. Now everyone does the StreamYard.
I wish they made this an app. If they made it as an app, it'd be a lot better.
It's more of a website thing.
Did you watch any movies?
Movies?
Yes.
Like ones in theater, the new releases?
Yeah. Like Liam Neeson movies.
You know, the last movie I seen was like Mario.
Oh, I got that movie. I love it. I've watched it twice already.
And then I watched like some fucking Exorcist movie.
Yeah, I don't watch Exorcist movie. I think they're really dull. So I don't watch them.
I wouldn't say it's dull. It was just fucking weird.
Yeah.
I want to see the new Mission Impossible.
So do I. It looks so good. And I've never really watched any of the other ones. And for some reason, I really want to see this one.
The last one was good. Last one was sweet.
Yeah.
But that was like 5 years ago or something like that.
Yeah. You know what I can't wait for? What is today's day? It is the 23rd. The 24th, the 25th, the 26th, all to be over. So we can get to the 27th. So we can finally watch the first episode of Twisted Metal.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Oh, I didn't. I've been counting down the days, man. I'm so mad that they put Will Arnett's voice over Samoa Joe. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
like,
so ecstatic that Samoa Joe's in there, but why are they using Will Arnett's voice?
why wouldn't you keep Samoa Joe? He's got a good voice.
He has a great voice. Like, I mean, I like Will Arnett, but I don't think he should be the voice for Samoa Joe. I think Samoa Joe should be Samoa Joe.
What do you think about the comedy? Do you like the comedy in it?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to, the comedy / drama.
People
Like,
are
that's,
people are bitching about the comedy, like, oh, that's not Twisted Metal. Sweet Tooth's supposed to be a serial killer and all that.
Yeah, right. I always thought comedy was the Twisted Metal because there's no other game that you could get where you had trucks that had clowns on them.
They're
That should
freaking
be-
bitching about him doing the thong song. Like, why is Sweet Tooth shaking his ass?
What? People always have something to complain about when it
I
comes
know.
to stuff like that. Just why don't you get up, watch it, and get over it? You're still going to watch it, no matter what you say. Like when I'm complaining about stuff, I'm not gonna watch it. Like when I complain about CM Punk, I don't watch CM Punk. I don't want to watch CM Punk. So why do you complain about something that you're still gonna watch?
It makes no sense. It's like it's living rent free in your brain.
Haters are gonna hate.
I think it looks funny though. Like I mean, you grew up a Twisted Metal fan, so did I. So I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah.
I
I'm waiting.
mean-
I'm waiting for the new Mortal Kombat to come out. in
Oh,
September.
that's gonna be sick. That's
I'm
gonna
waiting
be
for the
sick.
storyline because it's supposed to be like a whole new character outtake on a lot of it.
Did you see Shao
Like-
Kahn? Did you see Shao Kahn?
No, I've been trying to stay away from all those characters and stuff until it comes out. Like
The
I like
actor-
sometimes like
The actor that's playing Shao Kahn looks exactly like him, dude.
that's awesome.
He's like he looks steroided up, and he looks like a pro wrestler, dude.
Yeah.
Like that shit's gonna be. I'm watching that day one.
Did you remember the movie? It was come on, think. Was it the A Team? No. It was
A Team. I remember. I seen that in the theater.
It was an A Team. It was a guy from Saturday Night Live. It was it was some stupid show. It started with an M, and they made a movie with it, and they just brought it out and made it a show.
I don't know.
But it was from Saturday Night Live.
I don't know.
I'm going to look it up.
There's like so many fucking movies now.
There's like MacGyver.
No.
Have you ever watched the MacGyver movie?
Nope.
Oh, so MacGyver. In the beginning of the movie, they have the Big Show. They have Mark Henry, and they have like a bunch of these wrestlers, right? And they packed them all inside this van, and they're inside the van talking, and then all of a sudden the van blows up. This is the beginning of the movie. You're thinking about all these wrestlers about to be in this movie. You're thinking this movie's about to be great with all these good ass wrestlers in it, and they blew up right in the beginning. It was hilarious. Like MacGyver is like it's a Saturday Night Live skit that they turned into a movie, and then they turned it into a show on Peacock.
I'm surprised because I thought they stopped doing that years ago with Saturday Night Live.
They did, but this is like that movie was years ago, but the show they actually did like 2 years ago.
Because remember they did like Wayne's World, that was from Saturday Night Live, and then they did Night at the Roxbury, that was originally Saturday Night Live.
Whenever people bring up Night at the Roxbury, I always go straight to Quirky Romano. I love that movie.
I heard Saturday Night Live's doing bad. I heard they might go out of business.
Well, yeah, because all they can focus on is Donald Trump.
I haven't watched it in so long, so I don't know how bad it is.
I quit watching it because everything was all about, like, everything on it was all about politics. And I'm not trying to hear politics.
Did you watch the Mad TV reboot? Remember they redid Mad TV?
No, I never watched it in the beginning. I know you and Thomas did a lot.
Yeah, they brought it back like 6 years ago, and then it only lasted like a season or two.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
I used to get annoyed by that guy crying. A grown-ass man crying.
Stewart!
I hated him, man. It made me not want to watch it. Which I kind of wish I did because Key and Peele came from it. You know, and like I didn't get to watch them in their prime. Well, I mean, I watched the Key and Peele show, but I'm talking about like they came from Mad TV, and I kind of wish that I got to see them on Mad TV. I've been seeing clips in here and there. His mom takes him to a restaurant, and he starts acting all crazy, and so he's talking the guy into giving him a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, I kind of watched both. I watched a lot of In Living Color and Kids in the Hall.
Oh man, Kids in the Hall. I liked what's the other one?
In Living Color.
No,
With the Wayne's brothers.
No, it's a more of a skit type show, like Kids in the Hall. It's the other one, the one where they
I only knew all those: Mad TV, Saturday Night Live, In Living Color, and yeah. Sketch comedy show. It was probably In Living Color.
No, it was its own show. I don't even think it had a show. What I'm talking about. It was like Waiters Kids You Know.
I never seen it.
I think it was a Canadian show.
Oh, Red Green Show.
No, the Waiters Kids You Know.
Oh, I've never seen it.
They did like a Call of Duty skit that where like it was Call of Duty lives like a live action skit. It was like one of the first ones, and he's sitting in the bush, and he's on the microphone, and his mom's like he's sitting there like he's in like a soldier, but he's on a microphone. Mom, make me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and he's going on. It was like one of the first live action Call of Duty clips out ever, and you got to go watch it. And it's part of like the Whitest Kids You Know. It was like the same thing as Kids in the Hall type of show.
So it's like a loser in his basement. Make me a sandwich.
But no, he wasn't. Like it shows like him in the woods, dressed in military uniform, like this, holding the gun, like he would be in the game. Like he was like, "Mom, make me a sandwich," and he'd go like this, and then start going around like he's holding the controller. I'll send you the link for it after we get off of here.
At first, I thought you said it was a Canadian show.
I'm pretty sure it was a Canadian show.
That's the first thing that came to my mind was Red Green show. So that was Canadian.
First time I watched Red Green was probably like 2 years ago on TikTok.
Oh, okay.
And I sent it to my brother, and he's like, "You don't know about the Red Green show?" I go, "No." He goes, "That's a crazy ass show." And now if you go on Tubi, they actually have a Red Green channel. I was on Tubi going through the channels they have on there.
He does
have a Red Green like.
He does the handyman. That part's my favorite. Handyman.
Yeah.
Where he's like fixing shit with like duct tape and shit.
That's hilarious. That's my favorite.
Eventually, I'm gonna buy that on DVD, the whole series.
Yeah.
But I think it's like $100.
It's crazy.
I mean, that's pretty much it for the show, I think, though. I mean, we went over pretty much everything from SmackDown and Raw.
So the last question of the night. What's your favorite, Raw or SmackDown?
My opinion, I always thought SmackDown had the better wrestling, the better main events, but Raw had the better moments. But I think I'm gonna go with SmackDown.
I'm going to go with Raw. I mean, I've been pretty much saying this all the time. When SmackDown came out, when they first started, I kind of looked at them like WCW Thunder, where they put all the shittier people on the one channel, and they threw in like one or two good guys like the Undertaker, and then the Undertaker and John Cena they threw over there, and then they had like Triple H and everyone else, Stone Cold, everyone on Raw, and then when the DX came out, so like it was mainly like Raw had everything. Raw's always been the more superior show in my eyes.
I mean, I don't know, man. SmackDown had Kurt Angle, Batista, John Cena. I mean, they had a lot of big guys on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, SmackDown didn't get good until like 2002, like really, really good.
Yeah.
And during the Attitude Era, Raw was arguably better. So, yeah. So you're going Raw, I'm going SmackDown?
Yep.
All right. I guess we're...
All right, man.
Well, this was the PowerKast Progression. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for more episodes on Video Game XD.
On SpeedgtX.
We'll see you on the next episode. Peace.
This shout out goes to Charles and his gaming wrestling YouTube channel called Video Game XD. Hey, this is Marcus Buff Bagwell, and you are watching Video Game XD, and together we are just both too sweet. I'm Buff, and I'm still the stuff. Buff Daddy has spoken.
The PowerKast Progression. Radio with power.